Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the KCG College of Technology, we're pleased to have you here on this ceremonious occasion. My name is Alex John, and I will be your host this evening. I feel really elated to be a part of this event where people come together, virtually distanced, of course, hashtag 3 cities apart, and commemorate our engineers who have contributed greatly to our society, and a very special MOU signing ceremony. We will begin with a warm welcome and a briefing of the events today. I warmly welcome our respected principal, Dr. P. Devasundari ma'am, for the same. Welcome, ma'am. Handing over to you now.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning to all. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. I'm very pleased to be able to welcome those who have joined us today for this Engineers Day program. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Department of Mechanical Engineering for organizing this program today. As we know, Engineers Day, as the name suggests, is a day dedicated to engineers. It is celebrated annually on 15th September, which marks the birth anniversary of Indian civil engineer Bharat Ratna Vishveshwaraya. Born on 15th September in Karnataka, after completing his engineering degree from College of Engineering, Pune, he went on to work on several projects which contributed significantly to the Indian society. This day highlights the importance of engineers in modern society, and KCG College of Technology, offering 12 UG engineering programs, 4 postgraduate engineering programs, and graduating hundreds of engineers every year, celebrates this day with due importance, adding value to our students and society, and hence this occasion today. With that note about the day, I wholeheartedly welcome our Director and CEO, Dr. Anan our Director, Dr. Annie Jacob, who have been the guiding force and support behind all the success we see at KCG College of Technology today. We have our guest, Mr. Anan Sundarashin, Managing Director, Ammann India Pvt Limited, with us today. He has been connected with KCG College for the past 1 decade as a governing council member, and from when he was the chairman of CAA Chennai Zone, and his contribution to KCG College is immense. Thanks for extending your support to KCG College always, sir. I'm sure your address today will enlighten all of us, especially our students. It's my pleasure to welcome you today for the program. I also extend my welcome to Dr. Kennedy, Head IQAZ, and Mr. Chandramohan, General Manager, Industry Partnerships and Corporate Affairs, who have traveled to the Ammann plant in Ahmedabad for exchanging the MOU. Our Dean Student Affairs, our heads of departments, all my colleagues and my dear students. KCG College, being listed in the Platinum category of AICTE CAI survey for the past 4 years, among the top 21 institutes across India for the best institute industry linkage, has been vigorously working for collaborations with leading industries and business houses for the benefit of our students in training, internship, placements, etc. We have signed up MOU with leading IT companies like Intel, Virtusa, Hexava, Honeywell, Dell, Cisco, etc. for Center of Excellence and hire, train, deploy model. And in the recent years, we also have extended our tie-ups with leading core companies like Bosch, Siemens, GMR Aerotechnic, Schwingstetter, Data Patterns, Mando Automotives, etc. We started off our discussion with Ammann India as per the guidance given by our CEO. We had few initial round of discussions with the technical team of Ammann and our department heads. We were briefed about Ammann, a world-leading supplier of mixing plants, machines, and services to the construction industry with core expertise in road building and transportation infrastructure. They also expressed their interest in training our students and faculty and jointly working together. To have a more structured business relationship for the benefit of our students, we are here today with the signing of this MOU. With that brief, once again, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the introduction, ma'am. I would now like to invite the students of KCG College of Technology, Ms. Sai Shruti and Dhanush N, to speak for a few minutes on what it really means to celebrate Engineers Day.
A very warm welcome and good morning to all the faculty, staff, and my dear friends. Today we all gathered here to celebrate the 54th Engineers Day. A world without an engineer is just like a bike without wheels. Today happens to be the 161st birthday of one of the great sons of India. I would like to share with you some interesting snippets from the life of a great man. Any state should be lucky to have a minister of Sir Mukshagundam Visvesvaraya's ability. How many such selfless patriots do we have? Free India honors great servants of the country every year by awarding them titles. One of the great titles is Bharat Ratna. In 1955, Sir Visvesvaraya was made a Bharat Ratna, the gem of India. He was a gem of mankind itself. Sir Visvesvaraya was a genius. The block system which he invented, the automatic doors which he devised to stop the wasteful overflow of water, the water supply and the drainage system which he planned for the city of Eden, which this won high praise from engineers all over the world. He was a very great engineer and the first engineer too in India. How did Sir Visvesvaraya use his genius and extraordinary memory? This was the important question. He was never late by a minute and he never wasted a minute. Once a minister was late by 3 minutes, he advised him to be punctual. A man should do any work he undertakes methodically. This was his firm faith. Every man should understand his responsibility and do his best, which was the essence of his teaching. He practiced this very honestly, and there are hundreds of instances to show this. Until he was confined to his bed, he was very particular about his clothes. Even at 95, people who went to see him were quite surprised. He was so carefully and neatly dressed. He once said, "Remember, your work may be only to sweep a railway crossing, but it's your duty to keep it so clean that no other crossing in the world is as clean as yours." The dams built by him are still functional even today, a testimony to his brilliance, skill, honesty, and dedication. So 15th of September, Engineers Day 2021, is quite a remarkable tribute to the greatest Indian engineer, Bharat Ratna M. Visvesvaraya. After him reaching his admirable destiny through his kind heart and intellectual brain in all directions, so he could finally sleep in peace on 14th April 1962. We miss him ever, and never such a person in the world has seen. Engineering community in India is celebrating Engineers Day on every 15th September. Now at 2021, number of engineers rising in various engineering branches is very high. A famous quote says, "Engineering is a professional art of applying science to the optimum conversion of natural resources to the benefit of man." Engineering is not merely to know and being knowledgeable, like a walking encyclopedia. Engineering is not merely analysis. Engineering is not merely the possession of the capacity to get elegant solutions to non-existent engineering problems. Engineering is a practicing the art of the organized forcing of technological change. The ideal engineer is a composite. He is not a scientist, he's not a mathematician, he's not a sociologist or a writer, but he may use the knowledge and techniques of any or all of these disciplines in solving engineering problems. Engineers operate at the interference between the science and society. Engineers like to solve problems. If there are no problems handily available, they would like to create their own problem and will develop a number of ways to solve them. Engineers believe in working together because when a bunch of mind comes together, an innovation takes place and can be transformed into reality. Without engineers, our life is incomplete. They dedicate their entire life to the development of country. Thus, on Engineers Day, kudos to all the engineers. We are the world and its creators because scientists invented the world that already exists, but we engineers create the world that never existed. So we are proud to be an engineer. With this conclusion, wishing you all a very happy Engineers Day. Thank you very much. Handing over to Dhanush.
Thank you, Shruti, for that. As soon as I say the word engineering, all of us would start getting mental images in our mind related to our fields and interests. Being a mechanical engineering student, I'd imagine myself working on my car's engine. For a guy from the civil department, he'd imagine himself discussing the plans for his next project. For a guy from the CSE department, he'd imagine himself developing some sort of a software. Even though all of us are like branches of one single tree, our ideas and opinions vary with respect to our fields. But can you believe if I say that the existence of engineering can be traced ever since the dawn of humanity? Looking back at the history of mankind, there have been engineers who have made significant contribution both to the society and to the entire world. A very well-known name when it comes to Indian engineers is our former president, Mr. Apj Abdul Kalam, whose role in the field of engineering is remarkable. Would you believe if I say that the first engineer in the history of mankind is now almost 2.6 million years old? I know it's a bit surprising, but it is true that engineering has been in existence since the Stone Age. When men used to build tools using stones and wood, it is the modern and polished versions of these tools what we call an hammer or an axe. Albert Einstein once said, Scientists, we investigate that already is, but engineers create something that has never been. I hear a lot of people say that they study engineering. I know it's grammatically correct, but it's a bit out of context. A lot of people think that engineering is just a course or just a degree. I believe that it is more than just an academic course. May I say that engineering is an art? Just like any other art, engineering cannot be studied, but can only be learned. Let's take cooking, for instance. Just by reading all the recipes in a book, I just can't become a master chef. I must learn the process of cooking. I must know the tactics of inducing the flavors and learning from my mistakes. The process of acquiring an art isn't something that happens overnight. It's an everyday learning process, be it engineering or cooking. Back in 2019, when I decided to go for engineering, all I heard people say that I would become jobless or I'd end up in a job that I wasn't supposed to do. But as a 17-year-old kid, I personally believed that engineering would teach me not just theories and equations, but also the disciplines of life. Albert Einstein once said, engineering is not just the study of 45 subjects, but it is the moral study of intellectual life. Now, having completed 2 years of engineering, I can confidently say that engineering has made me into a well-known man. Confidently, the versatility of life, no matter what the problem is, you always have a solution, be it engineering or life. Thank you all.
Wow. Thank you, Dhanush and Sai Shruti, for your amazing talks. I now invite our pillar of strength, our esteemed director and CEO of Hindustan Group of Institutions, Dr. Anan Jacob Varghese, to deliver the felicitation address. Handing over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible and visible both? Good morning to all of you.
Yes.
Principal Dr. Devasundari, the Managing Director of Ammann India, Mr. Anan Sundarashin, Director, KCG College of Technology, Dr. Annie Jacob, HODs of KCG College and senior officials from Ammann India, the faculty from KCG College, and dear students who are back on campus, though attending virtually. I'm happy to be here this morning to attend this wonderful program on the occasion of the Engineers Day and the MOU signing ceremony with Ammann India. Our relationship with Mr. Anan Sundarashin goes a long way back, and we've been associated from the days he was the MD of Schwingstätter in Chennai, and then now he's gone a bit far off from Chennai and settled in Ahmedabad. I don't know why we sent him away all that distance. So we're expecting you to come back soon and help us with our industry partnerships and other things also, sir. And we thank you for coming together on this platform to sign this MOU. I know it is a very short notice that you gave us, and I hope we have been able to put this together in the way you wanted to the benefit of our students and faculty, so that they will get the best exposure in this industry, especially being international conglomerate with over 150 years old. This is a wonderful exposure for students and faculty both, and I'm sure they will be able to visit and see for themselves in the coming days the kind of technology that is being adopted there and the brilliance in the way that the industry has been managed for more than 150 years. It is very difficult to manage industries for more than one generation, but it is 6 generations industry now, and it is quite an achievement by itself. And on this Engineers Day, I would like to greet everybody for the wonderful achievements they've made in taking society forward, especially making in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat policy of our government of India is very important, that we are focusing towards that. And all these initiatives that we are taking at KCG College is important towards that extent. And we hope to see more interactions with the industry in the days to come, as well as the technology which is being used by the advanced industries like yours to be shared with our students and faculty for their development, and also to improve on that further. I'd like to convey the best regards of our chairperson, Dr. Elizabeth Verghese, on this occasion to all. In fact, my mentors and role models are my parents. They are both eminent engineers, I would like to say. My father, a mechanical and aeronautical engineer by training and by business. I've learned everything from them because they have been the best role models for me to understand about the aviation industry, though there are so many manuals and regulations. The way they have told and taught is something totally unique. And of course, the Chancellor, the Chairperson, Dr. Elizabeth Verghese, an eminent civil engineer herself, growing all the way to the rank of civil chief engineer in the government of Tamil Nadu, is a role model herself in how to work diligently and also with a great commitment and passion to the country. And being role models for our institution, I really honor them on this day, Engineers Day. And I'd like to congratulate the principal, the director, and others in this institution for winning the AICT Vishwakarma Award, which is a great achievement for the institution, and also the AICT CI Award for consecutive years, and maintaining their ranking and other accolades in the past few years. And I'm sure they will continue to grow higher in their rankings in the days to come. And in this new normal, we have seen that we are in multiple places and we are able to do such unique things together, connect with each other and learn from the students on one side and the industry on the other side, and we, the management, facilitating this kind of a partnership is a very unique thing in the new normal. And I hope such events will happen more frequently, and we will be able to showcase to other institutions how to connect with industry and how to bring in technologies to the campus when we can't afford to bring those technologies ourselves. And also the university, the affiliating bodies can understand, because we are in a new education policy. So this new education policy has to look forward into the digital world. We are not going to see many of these things which we saw in the last 20 years. Maybe in 2040, there will be none of these things, and we'll be able to connect much more digitally or through artificial intelligence and so many other kind of new technologies that are coming forward. So this is something that the engineers are going to work on with their hands, with their software, with the codes that they make, and I think so many other interesting and innovative things with the passion that they have. They will be able to bring about so many interesting patents and innovations to the industry. And I'm hoping that KCG will be a pioneer in forefront of this kind of development with the students, with the mentoring that they get on campus, with the new courses that are being offered. I'm sure that each of these programs that we offer in KCG College are unique in a very special way. Fashion technology or aeronautical that we are so popularly known, mechanical engineering, mechatronics now, new evolved topic on this, and robotics and 3D manufacturing are all going to be very interesting areas. I wish I was back in college to learn much more of this than just sit from a perch somewhere and see what is happening and understand. We don't understand what the industry is doing because we are not sitting with them every day, though we would love to spend time to see many of these achievements taking place, because I know your industry must be doing a lot of work for the government or even otherwise also. And similarly, we have a lot of industries in Chennai. You are aware already, you have been in Oragadam. We are so connected with the industries there, and also with many of these industries internationally also. We have been training their senior executives and other people for reskilling and upskilling them. So we understand there is a lot of requirement for the industry, and our students and our resources, our human resources of this country need to be channelized in that direction. So this is what we can rededicate ourselves on this particular day and ensure that KCG team is always supporting these kind of initiatives and working towards the betterment of our youth in the technology dimension. So thank you and best wishes to all of you on this special occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anand, sir. I now wish to introduce our honorable chief guest, Mr. Anand Sundarashin, and his amazing efforts that figuratively and literally has contributed a great to the fundamental benefits of our economy. Mr. Sundarashin has been the managing director at Ammann Group of companies for almost 2 years, but his debut of bringing about radical changes was when he was part of the German MNC Schwingstätter. He took over the operations in India and he built it up from scratch, lifting it up to a 2,000 plus crore company. And this was all over a period of 21 years. 21 years. Half of our audience isn't even 21 yet. Mentoring and coaching came naturally to Mr. Sundarashin and has the credit of creating 4 CEOs who currently and individually run 1,000 crore companies, majorly contributing to our Indian economy. Having done a course in advanced management from the Harvard Business School, our guest is one of the most high-profile, competent business persons in India, and we're grateful to have you here with us, sir. It is my honor to solicit our chief guest, Mr. Anand Sundarashin, to address the crowd. Handing it over to you, sir.
Thank you. So, Dr. Anan Jacob, CEO of KCG College of Technology, Dr. Devi Sundari, Principal of KCG College of Technology, Dr. Annie Jacob, Director of KCG College of Technology, students, teachers, faculties, and other members of KCG College, and also my colleagues who have joined me here. Very good morning to you. Well, I don't want to talk about Dr. Vishwesvaraya because already it was said too much about that. Only one incident, what I remember, which is very strong in my mind, is that, Dr. Vishwesvaraya, I don't know, many of you might know that, and I'm not very sure whether that was mentioned during the address by one of the students, that, he was such a great engineer that once he was traveling in train in the night, and suddenly he got the vibration and he said that there is something wrong, and immediately pulled the chain, the train chain. So everybody, they came rushing to him, and they started shouting at him, saying that, why did you pull the chain? What has happened? Then he said, there is a crack on the rail. So if you go further, the train will topple. So people did not believe him. But then when they went to that place, they found that there was a big crack in the rail. So if the train had continued, then probably there would have been a big mishap. So because of his engineering acumen, knowledge, he was able to even find out, even in his sleep, that, how the vibration, it changes, and he was able to avoid such a big accident. So that is the kind of engineer he was. I will be very happy, at least even 0.5% of amongst us, if we come to at least 50% of his level, that will be really a great service to the country. When we wanted to sign this MOU, we were talking to them at that time. Suddenly, Dr. Devi Sundari asked me to address the students. So I was really a little bit taken aback. I was not prepared at all. What to talk about it, what to talk to the students, because we have students here from first year or second year, third year, fourth year and all. So I was just thinking for the last 2 days, did not prepare anything. But then I thought I will take a leaf out of a speech given by T.T. Rangarajan to the employees of Larsen Toubro. Since you are all from Chennai, I presume that you all know T.T. Rangarajan. T.T. Rangarajan is called Mahatraya. He does he is a motivational speaker and he does a lot of things. Maybe many of you know him, many of you may be following him. I don't follow him so closely, but I have been on and off. I keep on listening to some of his speeches, which is really quite motivating, and it gives a lot of a sense of life. So one of the speech what he gave to Larsen to group people was really very, very impressive, and I thought that probably, of course, that's a very long speech of about 90 minutes. Whoever wants to hear that completely can go to YouTube, and they can listen to that. So I will just take a few points out of that and talk a little bit about that. And I hope that that will help the future engineers or the future leaders of KCG College, to do something so that they can turn out to be very good engineers or very good successful people in their life, in whichever work they like. Why I thought that I will take it, because sooner or later, all of you either will become an employee in some company, you could be a businessman, you could be a teacher, you could be a lecturer, you could be anything. So probably some of the tips what was given there might help you in becoming a highly successful in your life. So the story goes like this, that they wanted to conduct a research to find out what is that one thing which is common in all the successful people. So a survey was conducted of about 500 very successful people in life, not only from the field of academics, but also from the field of sports, music, industrialists, and so on and so on. Some 500 top people they selected, successful people they selected, and they tried to find out what is that one common thing amongst all these people that has made them successful in their life. So after the research, they found out that it is not one thing which is common amongst them. There are about 7 things which are common in all these people. So what are these 7 things? That is what I wanted to communicate. The very first thing was passion for excellence. Passion for excellence means whatever they do, they have a passion for that and to make it excellent. A sculptor was sculpting a 30 feet tall statue, and he was giving the final touches to the hair strand. So the king who had ordered that sculpture, he came and he said that, hey, what are you doing now? The statue looks absolutely beautiful. Then he said, no, I'm just correcting the strand of the hair strand that is slightly not okay. So I'm just correcting that. Then he said, oh, who is going to see that at a height of 30 feet? Nobody will even notice it. He said, no, nobody may notice it. But I know that I have not done my job properly. So that will keep on hurting me throughout my lifetime. So he said that whatever I give you, whatever I do, it has to have a touch of excellence in that. So that is why I am correcting even the strand of the hair, which is at 30 feet height. So this is one common thing which they saw in all these successful people in their life. And this passion for excellence has to be developed over a period of time. It has to come from inside out. It's not from outside in. I had a boss in my former company. Whenever anybody is sitting with him, sitting in front of him, and he walks out of his cabin, immediately he will come out and he will put all the chairs properly. He doesn't like, many of us will just sitting on our chair, we'll just push it back and get up and go, and you will find that the chair is on the completely turned around as if somebody is facing the wall. So whereas the people who are the people who want to achieve excellence, even the smallest thing they do it with excellence. They do a touch of excellence to that. So, for example, even if I have seen many people, when you get an envelope, they will just tear it like that. Whereas I've also seen a lot of people, they just don't tear it like that. They will use a proper paper cutter, they will insert it, and then only they will open it. Dr. Chinmayananda, he says that even if he throws a waste paper in the dustbin, he will properly fold it and then throw it. At the end of the day, it is only a garbage. But still he used to say that let me add some beauty to the garbage what is getting into that. So like that, these people, you will see that all of them, all the successful people, they had a touch of excellence in whatever they did. So when somebody receives a mail from you or a letter from you, from the look of it itself, they should say, oh, this has come from such and such person, because it is so beautiful. The type of wording you use, the type of handwriting you use, or the type of envelope you use, it all should stand apart. So you have to decide whether you want to be an engineer, just like any engineer, or you want to be an engineer, an engineer who stands apart from other engineers. So that is what, so you have to develop these kind of positive habits. This was one thing. The second was teamwork. Teamwork was the most one quality which they found in all the successful people. Teamwork is extremely important. Teamwork gets spoiled when ego comes into play. Few examples, couple of examples. One is that that Mahesh Bhupati and Leander Pair, both of them are an excellent team. They won practically every single tennis match. Whoever again they were playing, but when they because of some ego issue, both of them they parted away. They lost every single match they played. So teamwork is extremely important. Creating a team or being a part of the team. Our family is a team. Our college is a team. Our office is a team. Everything is a team, and we have to play the game of teamwork. All these successful people you see, they are either great team members or they are great team creators. This was one quality which was seen in that. The third quality was communication. Communication is extremely important, and communication in all these successful people, they found that communication was very predominant. To be a successful leader, you have to be a good communicator. See what Mahatma Gandhi did. He was a lonely person. It was only because of his communication he was able to mobilize all the people and get us independence. He individually did not get us independence. With his communication, he was able to mobilize the entire country, the people in the country, and to get us independence. There are a lot of great communicators. You see Sachin Tendulkar, he is a great batsman, great player, but he is not a great communicator. That's why he was a failure as a captain. You see Dr. Manmohan Singh, he was not a great communicator. That is why he always needed a spokesperson. That is why many of these political parties, you will see that they have a spokesperson. Spokesperson is the person who will be able to communicate what the party wants to deliver. Communication is not talking. Communication is communicating what you want to say and make the other person understand, the person who is hearing understand with the same emotion which you are communicating. That is what is communication. So they were all these successful people, they were all great communicators. Then the fourth quality what they had was high energy. Probably many of you may not like this, what I'm going to say. Where do you get that? All of them had very, very high level of energy. Even in the evening, if you meet them, they will be bubbling with energy. Why? The reason was very simple. The maximum energy that you get is from sunlight. So all these people, they had a habit of getting up around the sunrise. That is why in so the maximum energy you get it either during dawn or during dusk. These are the two times when you get. We cannot go during dusk because most of us are either in the college, you are all in the college or we are in the office. So dusk, we don't get the sunlight from the dusk. But definitely we can get, so we have to adjust ourselves and we can get it in the morning. So most of these successful people, you see that they get up early in the morning around the sunrise and they get the maximum energy. But many of us, what we do is that we make our own plan. We say that, okay, from tomorrow I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And when the alarm is ringing, we will press the snooze button, then try to sleep for another 9 minutes you will get. Then again it will ring, again another snooze button. This has happened with me also, believe me. I used to travel a lot in my former company. And then I say that, okay, every morning I must go for a walk, But then we used to have a lot of evening get-togethers and parties and all this is also during those days. But every time morning I want to get up, same thing I also used to do. And then Suddenly he said, okay, from tomorrow I will do. Yesterday I came very late in the night. So from tomorrow I will get up in the morning, I'll do that. Then second day, okay, one more day. Let me see, from tomorrow definitely I will do it. Then Wednesday when it comes, I'll say, from Saturday definitely I'll do, because Saturday is a holiday. It is easy to get up and then I can get up, pick up some sleep in the afternoon. This went on like this for more than 2 years for me. I'm talking about almost 10, 15 years ago. But then one fine day, I took a decision that nothing doing, even if I come at 11:30 or 12 o'clock in the night after a party or whatever it is, I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Even for 15 minutes, whether I walk or I don't walk or whatever it is, I will wear my shoes and then I will go down. That was a determination I took it. And believe me, from that day onwards till today, I get up at 5 o'clock or between 5 and 5:15 in the morning. So that's what I'm following for last so many years. And believe me, that gives me a lot of energy. Even if you meet me late in the evening, I can talk to you with the same enthusiasm and same this thing, unless of course I'm sick or something like that. So this was also the thing with all these successful people. You have to get energy. Second thing also is that you eat energy giving food. You eat some energy giving food. What is energy giving food? Energy giving food is nothing but a food that takes lesser energy for digesting compared to the energy that the food gives. Supposing you take something and if you immediately start feeling a little bit sleepy, that means you are consuming more energy to digest the food rather than getting energy from the food. So the best thing is that if you want to have fruits or something like that, it is better to take it early morning rather than taking it after 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, because due to the photosynthesis, it loses all its vitamins. So better to take the fruits early morning. And this is something which also you can practice. Then the fifth one was, all these people had a value-based decision-making thing. When I say value-based decision-making thing, means probably some of you also you might see, especially it happens many times in the companies where the boss is sitting in his cabin. So before entering, the person who wants to come and meet, he will ask the secretary, how is his mood? Is he okay? Can I go to him? I want to get this job done. Many times you will find that in the office. Probably it's also happening in your college, that before they go to principal Dr. Annie Jacob or Dr. Davis Sundari or Mr. Ashok, people will be thinking, how is the mood? Whether the mood is good, then only they will go inside, then only their job is done. But that is not correct. That means that is not value-based decision making. That is a decision making depending upon your mood. All these people, all the leaders, they take a well thought out and value-based decision, which means that there is no changing. If you take a decision, you have to stand to what you say. That is what is extremely important. It is something like the constitution of the country. You have to have your own principles. You have to follow the principles. You have to be with the principles. Otherwise, a country without a constitution, or a company without a goal or a policy, or a person without a principle will fall for everything. Otherwise, today you will take a decision, tomorrow you will change it, you will keep on amending it, you will keep on postponing it. All these leaders, all these successful people, if we see, they used to take calculated, well thought out, and value-based decision, and they stick by that. This was something. The fourth one, the sixth one, the sixth quality what they found is that methodology. Methodology is something which is very, very important as well, and this was seen with them. For example, the boring 5-day test cricket was changed into a fantastic, very entertaining T20 match. So that was a methodology of Modi, who started what's his name, Sushil Modi. Lalit Modi. Yeah, that was a methodology of him. So a boring cricket was converted into a really very interesting and entertaining T20 match. That was his methodology. You think about Mintra, or you talk about Ola, you talk about Uber, or any of these companies, you say they have not invested any money, but without that, they started the business, and they have done extremely well. And these are not done by very experienced and highly experienced people. They are all youngsters, 30-year-old and 32-year-old and 35-years-old people. They have done that. So what does it mean? Supermarket, that is another methodology. Earlier, we have to, if you want to go to buy some groceries and all, you will go to the grocery shop. If you want to buy a cloth, then you have to go to a cloth shop. But the methodology today is a supermarket. The methodology today is a malls, where once you go inside, you will find that you will spend more money than what you had actually planned. You might have gone there to buy only some small thing, but end of the day, you will find that you will come up with so many things which is required or you don't require also. So that was the methodology of doing business. So whatever goal you are keeping, you have to have a methodology for that. And that methodology, that is nothing but thinking, innovation, thinking out of the box and coming out with something completely different from what it is. Then the last one is faith. You have to have faith on something or the other. It could be your teacher, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be somebody else who is your idol, whomsoever it is. If you ask Dhirubhai Ambani at any time that what is the secret of your success, he never said that, backward engineering, technology or that technology, this technology, he never said that. He says that I have the blessings of my mother. He always used to say that. So faith is very, very important. When you are unsuccessful, when you fail, that is the time when your morale is very, very low. So that time you need to have somebody, you need to have faith on someone, faith on something where you can sit down, introspect and try to see that, you come out of that low level in your thing and bounce back and do the things right or lead towards passion for excellence or lead towards excellence. So these are all the 7 qualities what they found in all the successful people, like passion for excellence, teamwork, communication, high energy, value-based decision making, methodology, and faith. So all of us, it is not necessarily only for people who are working in the industry, even for all of you, you have to introspect and see what are all the qualities that we have, what are all the qualities where we are lacking, and how we can improve that. And if you do that, I'm 100% sure that many of you will create one more Visvesvaraya or a fantastic engineer in this country. With these few words, good luck to all of you, and I wish you all that you all will become a very, very successful engineer in your life. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sundarashin. We greatly admire your insights and your being here, sir. We move forward to the most anticipated part of this event, the MOU signing ceremony and the beginning of a new bond. Handing over to Mr. Chandramohan, General Manager, Industry and Corporation Affairs of KCG Technology. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Can it be?
Come.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. exchange. Thank you.
We thank you all for being here to witness these special moments. And I now
With your permission, if I can take 5 more minutes to say a few words about our company. And also, I personally feel that that might be interesting to KCG College. Our company, Ammann India, it is a 150-year-old company. And the sixth, it's a family-owned concern from Switzerland. And the 6th generation is running this company. Why I wanted to talk about this is it is not only limited to mechanical engineering. If you see the products we have, these are products we make for road building, asphalt plant where we produce the asphalt. Then we have pavers. You might have seen many of this equipment even in Chennai streets. So the asphalt is laid on that. Then we have concrete plants, concrete pumps, and we also have vibratory rollers. These are all the equipment purely for road building. In a couple of years, we may be adding some more products also, but predominantly anything to do with the road building only. What I wanted to say is that it's not only for mechanical engineering. If you see our products, you can see every single whatever you can think of in mechanical engineering, we have that. Whether light fabrication, heavy fabrication, hydraulics, pneumatics, structures, moving items, rotating equipment, motors, hydraulic pumps, everything is there. Similarly, in addition to that, we also have in our product line, we use a lot of electronics, because all the plants, these are all electronically controlled plants, because batch after batch, the consistency of the mix has to be good. So the batch, so we do a lot of electronics in our products. And on other than that, all the products that we manufacture, it is related to civil engineering. So definitely we have to also have a little bit of knowledge on civil engineering. So what I wanted to say is that don't limit yourself only to mechanical engineering. If you have students who would like to visit us, who would like to come and see what we are doing on electrical side, or power electricals, or electronics, or hydraulics, or pneumatics, or anything, you are most welcome. You can send your students for our for internship or training or factory visit. Whatever you want to do, you can do. Today we have your colleagues, Mr. Chandramohan and Dimulo here. So we would take them around the factory. We will show them the factory, and they can come back to you and tell you what are all the things we are doing. And probably you can take advantage of that. We will be more than willing to participate, and we will be more than willing to cooperate with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We thank you all for being here and witnessing these special moments with us. And I now invite our Head of Mechanical Department, Mr. Yeshudas Thomas, for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. It's my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks amidst this wonderful gathering. I thank our chief guest, Mr. Anan Sundarashin, Managing Director, Ammann India Pvt Limited, for coming forward to sign a MOU with KCG College of Technology and for agreeing to deliver the Engineers Day lecture. We look forward to your association in terms of faculty and students' collaborative activities like research, consultancy projects, internships, in-plant training, industrial visits, placements, and other such activities. We assure you of our fullest cooperation in all endeavors. I especially thank our Director and CEO, Dr. Anan for gracing this occasion and for delivering the felicitation address, and for all the support rendered in executing such activities in the campus. Thank you, sir. I thank our Director, Dr. Annie Jacob, Madam, for all the support and guidance in conducting this event. Thank you, Madam. I thank our Principal, Dr. Devasundari, Madam, for providing the motivation and encouragement in conducting this program. Thank you, Madam. I invite our students and faculty to make the best use of our association with Ammann Group. I thank Mr. Chandra Mohan, General Manager, Industry Partnership and Corporate Affairs, and Professor Kennedy Sir for representing our institute and for leading the MOU signing ceremony held at company's venue at Ahmedabad. I also thank Mr. Ganesh Raman, General Manager, Ammann India, for briefing us about the company and all the activities carried out at their premises as part and parcel of their business endeavors when we met virtually a month back. I also thank our system admin, Mr. Nibin, and his team of technical support staff for their assistance in executing today's program and the proceeding session. I thank each and every person who has taken time to participate in this MOU signing ceremony. My special thanks to our students, Alex John, who has done the role of MC incredibly well, Tanush Nithil and Sai Shruti for their excellent speech about Engineers Day. I also thank Dr. Vignesh and all of our faculty team for their support. Finally, my thanks to all my department students who were present for the program. Thank you one and all once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Paraphrasing what the board of directors of Apple said to Steve Jobs in 1985, our time together has finally come to an end. We are once again grateful for all the members that have attended this meeting. And until next time, your host, Alex John, signing off. Peace.